Alright, friends, subscribers, and strangers. What's up? So today, I'll show you what I'm doing today, and then on the next video, we'll see if I actually finish half this stuff. So today, I've got to straighten this area up. That's got to get listed today. Well, it's got to get tested and listed. These are giveaways for the Whatnot show. Check me out on Whatnot, Bearded Picker. Joni is selling vintage Pyrex. I'm selling a lot of salvagement, like upcycle stuff and anything I find at yard sales. So you'll notice her, because I made an icon with a lady with Pyrex on her shirt. Yeah. And then there's one other thing I got to get listed. That guy right there. Can y'all see it? Ugh. This bin right here. So I picked these up at the yard sales last Friday. They're made by Durham Manufacturing. They're really nice drawers. So they make where you can see it. I'm thinking about keeping one or two. I don't know. I keep way too much. So they were $15 each. I got 4, and the guy took $50 for all 4, so $12.50 a piece. Normally when you buy them, they look like this. You only get you have to buy the frame, and then the drawers are separate. So, and these little guys here come with inserts, and so it's for keeping up with screws and whatever else you want to stick in there, O-rings, whatever. So I got 4 of those, and man, they are so easy to pull out. These ball bearing slides are. I've got them. I got to get it listed. I've got a draft done. I think I'm gonna just the brand new without the drawers. They're $93 on eBay, and with the drawers and everything, they're $172. So I think I'm gonna put them for like $110 plus shipping. So I put them in the $130, $140 range, so you get a little bit of savings. Yeah. So there's that. Let's go over here, show you. So the giveaways on Whatnot this week, the giveaway was from Joni was this. You get a 5-piece kitchen set. So that's pretty interesting. That's got to get shipped. So I'm listing these 2 pairs of shoes today. Okay, maybe not that one. The brand is Altra, A-L-T-R-A. They just look really nice, so I looked them up, and they've got a pretty good follow. This is how they came. I haven't even wiped them off yet. They're that clean. These are a pair of Vapor Max. They're pretty decent too. But these are really expensive shoes. So I'll probably see if I can't get all that brown off, just because I want top dollar on these. I think I can get 40 for these, which I paid $2, and I paid, it says 8, but I got them on senior day, so 6. Senior day. Don't be ashamed of it. Senior day. I think I can get on 80 to 100 for these. So we got to test this guy today. We'll do that in just a second. Those feet pedals go with it. That's what I thrifted yesterday. We'll go over that. I got to ship that. That is if you don't know what that is, look at that brand. That's Mega Home. It is a distiller. And so it'll make distilled water or distilled beverages, whatever. I picked that up at a yard sale from my buddy Tracy for 10 because he didn't want to list it. But I sold it for 129. Tracy, appreciate that, my brother. Yep. So there's that. Sold these 2 guys here. Normally it's big girls, but these are like medium girls, extra large. I think I got $25 shipped for the 2. And that's just a camera. So are y'all ready to get started? Let's ship the big thing, get it off the table, and then we'll talk about the thrifting finds yesterday. Woohoo! But y'all, as y'all can see, my camera skills have not improved any since yesterday. Sorry about that. There's a surprise in this bag. You're gonna go. I'm gonna tell you that everything you've been told about reselling is completely wrong. All these people love to make fun of a product and tell you, oh, there's so many of them, you can't make no money out of them. You keep listening to those freaking idiots. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna I'm gonna prove the case that most people who have said that have no freaking idea what they're talking about. I'm trying to be nice. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's test this to get it out of the way. So these things, they got a micro clip in them. If that thing, I can hear it click. As long as that micro switch works, these things almost always work. So they both, the micro switch, you can hear the micro switch going. Okay, this thing here, it is just a fancy tape player. It is a transcriber, so you could use it to take notes or whatever. You need a mini. I found a mini cassette tape. So let's see if it plays. The big thing about them is playing, because the rubber bands get messed up in them. Let's see, what's the message? It's not playing. What? Oh, pause button.
Trustees of the National Broadcasting Association. Does this thing work? Bueller. What's up, Barry Picker? You're the man. Like that.
So, I tested our record function before I started this camera. It is. I just got to clean it up now. I've had this thing. I think I bought it in North Carolina. I've had it for at least 10 or 12 years. I've had it. Let's see. $2.99. Right. As is. A lot of cassettes don't work. Like, come over to this guy here, move the speakers, because I was working on this guy. I don't know if that'll ever go back together. That's a Sony belts. There's the belt. Stretched out. It was stuck to the thing. This thing is so nasty. So this will be number 5. I've taken 5 apart, and so far I don't have any working, but I'm not a quitter. Alright, so we can take this off the table. We know it works. It just needs to be listed, so we're going to put it around with the other stuff that's got to be listed. You should have known, because I already had the cables tied up that I tested. I just wanted to show you this one because I thought this was pretty neat. You know, not neat enough to list it in the last 12, 14 years, but just interesting. Alright, this guy here, I started to ship it yesterday. It's going to fit in this this Lowe's box. Lowe's small is 16, 12, 12. But I was, let's see. I always try and get the box out of the way. I don't send anything out. I don't leave it wiped down, so I want to wipe all the fingerprints off of it. So remember, that customer is opening that box, and so you really want them to, don't give them a reason to give you a negative. Don't give them a reason to be upset. You know, make it look as nice as they can, so that, remember, they are, you know, they have ordered this in anticipation of it filling a need. Don't put them at off right to start. So we're, I mean, this is extra. I mean, I buy that at Dollar Tree. And how long did it last? It lasts for quite a while. Alright, so we take care of that. Boop. So the one thing I wanted to do with this box, and the reason why I waited, I didn't do it yesterday, when they get the foam, this is the stuff that I get from the ice cream store. So I wanted to be able to put that in the bottom. So a lot of times I do put one down there, it'll get the edges, and then I hunt for scissors. Change y'all. So so I just put them in the other cup. And so the scissors, I'm going to put this in the bottom. So I'll do the exact opposite on the top. So I'm going to put this on the bottom to make it double thick on the bottom. And then I'm going to wrap this thing in bubble wrap. Ooh. That kind of sucks. It's a good thing I have 2 rolls over here. Man, this big old thing came from Had it for a long time to hold all this bubble wrap. Came from Uline. I think I bought this in 2018. It's been on this wall for quite a while. All right, so let's wrap this guy up so he can be on his way. I'll just take the cord out. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the box because I'll forget. I can't tell you how many times I've got done. I'm like, why is the cord still there? That's a terrible feeling, by the way. If you sell electronics, it is so bad, especially with these. If you see it right there where it says BDP S2500, that's a Sony Blu-ray player. It's gotten so bad with remotes and stuff with Blu-ray players that I now pre-package them. So, yeah. Yeah, it just so I don't forget the remote, don't forget the power cord. It's oh, then we got one other thing we got to do today. So if you watched the video yesterday, I didn't get that guy out. I took him to auction by mistake. One of my customers on Whatnot, a guy named Alex, super nice guy. He bought something else this weekend, so I'm gonna put this in the same box. But because I got a couple of things to put in his because I screwed up, I'm gonna make up for that. It's important to me. If I mess up, I'll include something extra in the box. It's the least I can do because that thing should have been there already. And so I'm going to. You can never be nice at. Whoop. Now look over here. Look me nice. You can never take care of a customer enough. Okay, so I don't like the way the spout did there. So I had that piece that kind of tore with the tape on it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on there. Cause that's where it comes out. I don't want anything to happen to that. Ugh. Alright, so we got this guy here. I like to make a cocoon of everything. I don't want the bubble wrap coming off. Okay, so he's bubble wrapped nice and good. It's heavy. I can't put enough bubble wrap on it to really 100% protect it, but I can at least get it started. We got the box here with the cord in it. We're gonna drop it in here. And then I'm also going to turn that nozzle down so it's into that foam. Alright, so it's the weakness of this thing is the ends. So I've got that piece of foam there. I don't have enough space to double up the top. So what we're going to do is, and I don't worry as much about the bottom as I do the top, so that's why the foam is on that side. In a box that's probably a little too tight for this. All right, y'all want to see what it looks like? So that's what it's going to look like. And then when I put it in, it's really going to be tight. With the paper tape will hold it in. That should make it. That's way better. This is the second one of these units I've sold. Tracy charged me double what I paid for the last one. The last one I picked up at the driveway, it had the carafe with it. This thing normally has a carafe that it puts the liquid into. That thing by itself is worth $58. How big is this box? 12, 16. So we need. Oh, paper tape's not on. Sorry about that, guys. So I kicked out a 24-inch piece of tape to make sure that I got it covered. I always tap the ends to get the box back tight because that foam pushes hard. And this thing should make it. All right, it weighs 9 pounds 2 ounces. I'll probably end up cutting this part out. Let me get the label. eBay. Yeah, it's got to go today, 24 hours. So, get a shipping label. I've got one package going UPS already. It's $17 post office and $21. So, post office is secure. I'll have a bunch going to the post office today because I've got to ship whatnot today. So I gave myself until 10 o'clock to have this video shot, to have this a little bit of shipping done, and so, man, I gotta hurry. Because from 10 o'clock to probably, I've got 19 orders that I've got to ship. 2 of them are local out of the 21. So it's probably going to take me, probably 10 minutes an order, 10 to 12 minutes an order, maybe 15 on some of them, because it's a lot of wrapping. I've got some, we sell a lot of glass. Got to get the other bubble wrap out here. So I allow myself, I got to be done by like 3 o'clock. So I allow myself 5 hours to ship. And I've also got to clean that side up over there and do all the testing. So, man, I got a lot of work to do. Alright, so that's done. Let's see. And I'm trying to get back in the groove of making a lot of videos. So I'm not ahead right now. This is Tuesday, and it'll probably come out Tuesday. So let's see. The shoes, y'all can go last. These are easy. If y'all are wondering where I'm going, come on. Bubble mailers. Hey, look, Ken's hiding in there. Ken, you're hiding in the drawer. All right, so the bubble mailer. This is not a bubble mailer, but close enough. This is an easy one. Oh, I didn't check the. Ooh, I didn't check the second eBay store to see if I had anything going out. Amazon, I've got something sold, but it goes out tomorrow. Nothing on the second eBay store. I shipped until 3:45 yesterday, so I knocked every single item. I had a 9 on that order for the weekend on that channel. All right, 8 ounces. Come on. Everything should be this easy, right? Alright, so I've got one that's going UPS today. That's that one. And those 2 go to the post office. Alright, so. Oh, and then I got that at the yard sale this weekend too. Some kind of. Joni said it hadn't been made since the 80s or 90s. Some kind of Picasso. The lady charged me $1. It's brand new perfume. And it sells for $36 on eBay. So that was a good one. Alright. I went to 3 thrift stores. I only bought stuff at 1. This guy here is a it's got 19%, so this is a good one. It shows you the battery charge on it. It's Pitbull Gold. I gotta put a charger with it. It looks like a hopefully it's gonna be a regular. Let's check. So we've got a bunch of Phillips and Braun's chargers over there. I don't think it's a Braun. Braun's just a touch fatter. And like I suspected, Braun does not fit, but hopefully, hot dog. this Phillips charger fits. And it is working, so it'll have a charge. I'll send a. I've got some generic ones. Not that I won't send a Phillips charger out. It's the wrong brand, but I've got a generic one. I'll charge to 100% when it gets listed today, and it'll go out one of the generic chargers I have. It is a Phillips generic, so I had a feeling I had one. All right, so y'all ready? The main event of this show of today is to try to teach you. Be careful who you listen to. Not everybody knows everything. I'll be the first one to tell you I don't. There's tons. If you're looking at me for clothing advice, you are wrong. I don't, but I try to give you information. I try to be complete. How many people walk by the Beanie Baby because you've been told over and over you can't make any money on Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies suck. Still got his tags on it. Looks brand new. That's the price. 50 cents for the Beanie Baby. Be honest with yourselves. Put it in the comments below. Would you have picked this up? I'll show you the comps. Put in the comments below. How much is this one worth? Put in the comments below. Really? You. The last one sold for $37.99. 50 cents to you tell me the Holy Grail, Beard, I want to pick up something for a couple dollars and sell it for 30 to 40, but you walk right by it. Why? Because you've been told over and over the Beanie Babies aren't worth anything. If they've got the big eyes, they're called boos. These right here were much more desirable and didn't make as many of them, and these are 2008, 7, 8 up until they still make them. This little fox, I knew it when I saw it because I've sold it. So if you don't pick up the fox, do you pick up the cat? Again, the cat was 50 cents. The cat's name is Annabelle. Not picking up this is a mistake. Not picking up this, Beard, but I want to go to a thrift store and pick up something that is 50 cents that the last one sold for $150. $150. That never happens, Beard. You can't do that ever again. You can. You just walk by it. Sorry, I'm upset. $150. Multiple sales. And I'm going to lowball these suckers and put this one at 100 and say first person that gives me 99 wins. I win, and they say $50, they win. Call me a lowballer, call me whatever you want. Remember, I think differently because I was told I was wrong by everybody that when you're pricing an item, it shouldn't matter what you got into it. That's what I said. Hell no, depending on what I've got in it, really changes how I price something. And all the gurus said, that's really shouldn't necessary. You shouldn't be lowering the market value. You should just put it up there and let it wait. The hell with that. I got 50 cents in it. If I can get 100 for it, or if I got to wait and fight with the other 3 or 4 people that got them listed for 150, 100 it is. Call me a lowball. I don't care. I feel like I'm preaching. All right, so next up, you might have looked at these. I never look in a jewelry cabinet because I don't know jewelry. Just don't. But I got a friend who's been trying to get me to pay more attention. It's not the right case. But these are 20 bucks. They got one mark on them. That's it. A pair of Oakleys. Ta-da! I look good, don't I? Not really. You can tell me the truth. Not really. So these are vintage Oakleys. So I don't know what they're worth. Took a chance on those at 20. I'm already winning. That's not a real risk, right? And then, the first thing I saw in the case was this. I've had these glasses before. And if you've watched my videos for any length of time, remember the man in blue shades? When I used to be the man in blue shades all the time for like 3 years, when I had a pair of Maui gems. These These are Meridian hoopahs for 20 bucks. I am back. I just not blue anymore. I'm keeping these. You can't believe the clarity of a Maui Jim lens. These are my favorite sunglasses. And yes, I'm keeping these. I had the bag and it's got the case. They were 20 bucks too. So still got the sticker in it. 20 bucks. Alright. You might as well come out because you're staying with Daddy. Alright, so what were we doing? We were showing you the bag. That was a pretty good thrift haul, wasn't it? Showing you the bag. I'm listing those. You don't have to see those. I'll show you listings at the next time of these guys. I shipped the item. Showed you the bag. That's really exciting. Found a charger. Oh, and books. Religious books. I picked that up for $1. That thing sells for $25 used. Pretty interesting book about Bible times and all the different maps. And there's no listing on Amazon, but it's easy to look up by barcode. So there's that sitting here. You got anything else, Beard? Before I send this, before I do all the magical publishing and editing? Not really. I'm just gonna put my logo on here and call it a day. Are we doing anything else? Oh yeah, here was a cool. I picked this lamp up. This y'all like the lamp? It was $3. Somebody's got one listed for $71. It does have one little small spot, she said, but she's at around the. It's usually against the wall, so you never see it. So I'm probably gonna list that for, I don't know, $39 or $49 because mine's got that little flaw on it. Did I pick up anything else exciting? Anything else exciting? $5. I think it's worth like 20. It's got to get. It's over here in the stack of stuff to get listed. All right, so that's all I got for you. Hopefully, you've learned that you got to listen to multiple voices. Find out what works in your business. But the one thing I would tell you above all else, no matter who you listen to in life in general, verify. Trust but verify. Those are words to live by. Trust but verify. All right. Hope you have a roll tide life. We'll see you in the next video.